My go-to, well, you can't go wrong with this. Is a U87 Neumann U87 through a nice mic pre and a UA 1176. There's something about that combination that works for every sort of genre, that you come in, and uh, just vocals sound like a record as soon as you use that combination. And it reacts to EQing very well. It reacts to high pass filtering, and it has this grit on it that you don't have to turn it up that loud, and it sounds loud as it should be. It just fits. It's a sound that just fits in the record, which is amazing. I love it. Uh, the MD421 is it gets used in every single session, and there's a reason for that. It does sound great on everything. It sounds great on vocals. I've recorded vocals that ended up on records on 421s, on final versions. And drums, obviously, that's everybody uses it on drums, but guitar cabinets, bass cabinets, uh, horns sound great. Acoustic guitar sounds great on it. It has it has a certain shape to the sound that the other famous dynamic mic kind of can't replicate. It's a sort of this record ready sound. The 421 is the desert island mic for me, just to wherever to bring. It seems like most troubleshooting that happens nowadays is with the computer. So there's and that's obviously just all sorts of problem solvings and all lots of patience. But thankfully we got solid state drives now, and reboots are really quick, and computer problems are less nowadays. But those are always computer problems are always the worst for me. But and it's not a physical thing that you can explain to someone in front of. It's like, I don't want to get into computer jargon. All of a sudden, recording jargon is difficult on its own, and it's like, you go into this computer rabbit hole. But just again, it goes back to being two steps ahead of what's going on. But having a backup ready for anything to go. A good practice I do with big band sessions is to have a separate recording device, just to go off the 2-track of from the console. That's an old practice. That's kind of like a forgotten practice that people don't kind of do anymore. But it's like they used to have a DAT machine, right, running all the time, just having the board. But yeah, obviously, with these band situations, anything can happen while you're recording, and there could be an all of a sudden a little guitar riff that you might have missed, in recording into Pro Tools. So always having that backup recorder running is a good practice. A-list stars, their time is really, really, really valuable, and any sort of thing that holds them back, uh, there's stories of that where it's like, yeah, the artist was ready to go, and they were just about to record, machine breaks down, artist leaves, and recording doesn't happen.